Yo, what's up, YouTube? How y'all doing out there? This is Vaughn, and this is my man Ricky, and we both just watched, well, rewatched, I guess you could say, the loveliness that is episode 6 of the Acolyte, and I thought we'd like have a little discussion on it. Not that long, because it was like what 20 something minutes, and not a lot of stuff happened. So, how you doing, Ricky?
Nothing unusual, right?
Dude. All right, so we're gonna give an overall first. Overall, what did you think?
Bad. I told you this is not Star Wars, man. I already told you this.
Dude,
I
this
don't know
is
what it is.
it is the consensus seems to be fan fiction, and
Mhm.
it's not even good fan fiction. All right, so
It's a terrible writer,
terrible writers because it's not just Leslie Headland. So, all
Mhm.
right, let's get into the show.
All right, let's get the
All right, spoiler alert there. Okay, the episode starts. Osha is waking up inside the cave,
the sis, right?
yeah, of the unknown planet.
Tiny Ren.
Right. So it's like, well, you have not told us where any of these other planets are, so they're all basically unknown because you made them up. And but this episode, we actually get an idea of where something is for once, which they don't do for anything else. So
Mhm.
she wakes up, she's walking around trying to see what's going on. She sees some amazed clothing, decides to put them on, goes outside. We get a nice dramatic uh drone shot where it pulls back and it says unknown planet. I'm like, no shit. It's like it was pretty obvious that she was in a cave, that she was no longer on the ship, that she was on a planet. So we didn't really need the fancy drone shit, but I guess they had to spend that money on something. All right. So after we get the credits, then
She's standing there, right? She's like standing, and then out of nowhere, Smiley Ren starts walking from behind her.
yeah, that's basically when she goes out.
At him.
Yeah, when she goes out and she sees the ship and she sees all this other stuff. First of all, why in the hell would you have a dock for your ship that there's a body of water
Little
in?
island, right?
Yeah, it's like that don't make any kind of sense. It's like, well, no, I guess since he can fly, I guess it doesn't bother him. So, what did he just carry May? Like, if the tide was out or tide was in, did he just carry May over the water to go to the ship?
Maybe he just dropped her off there.
Bro, from what I can tell, basically, especially in this episode, it is all about looks. It's like, what did this look like? Oh, this would be fancy and all this like crap.
But when Smiley Ren was walking down the beach, right? It looked like he
Right,
had like a gym bag, right?
right. So when she walks on the when she walks in the dock, of course they had to show the little whatever alien creatures because someone saw Star Wars at some point and said you got to have at least one of these things where they got some kind of
Like the
little.
island where Luke Skywalker was, remember?
Yeah, it's just like you got to have something that the little kiddies can buy in the store. So
Mhm.
you got to. So there was a lot of that. You saw the little baby one when she picked up the clothes, and I'm like, really? I'm like, okay, whatever. So when she's walking, there is no way that she would not have seen him
Mhm.
because where he's walking at, she would have walked past him.
Yeah, he just passed by like nothing. It was just he
He
just like
disappeared.
walking by,
Yeah. So basically, what it looked like is
and
like if
then you
you're playing a
follow
game.
him, right?
Yeah, if you're playing a game and the computer has to draw in the
It's
character.
Osha, right? Osha.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So like if you're playing a game and then to save little resources, it doesn't actually draw the character until you look in the character's direction.
Mhm.
That's what it felt like. It
But
felt like
then
he
for
just
some reason he follows it, right? And then he takes off his clothes and he goes into
he
the
goes to the spot.
ocean
Right.
or
Yeah. So he's
whatever.
taking right. So he's taking a bath, and I'm like, bro, you don't have any kind of facilities on your ship.
Mhm.
So you basically wait until you do your missions and then you just fly off and you take a bath at this green water for some reason.
And this is after he killed all the Jedi's, right?
Right.
And
Right. So I'm
he,
saying like why would you not take a shower on your ship?
mhm.
Because I can't imagine them not having that, but like all right, whatever. So She sneaks up behind him. I'm like, this dude just killed like 8 Jedi. You aren't sneaking up shit. So it's just, she does her little weird sneaky moves, and she's gonna stab him with her little kitchen knife. Dude fought off like I said, fought off 8 Jedi, and sure. Then they commence to have a little conversation. He goes from being a Sith Lord to killing people to like some Buddhist monk type character who is getting into her head and telling her about how the
Which part you're talking about? Are you talking about May now or Osha?
no, this is Osha. It's like we've
Okay.
learned, like, because you mentioned the fact that she tried to kill him.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's the conversation that happens after that where he's in her head, or he's talking to her and telling her stuff about how you're trying to decide whether or not it's honorable or not to kill an unarmed man. And he's having this conversation with her while he is butt ass naked. He climbs out of the water, puts his clothes on, and commences
And
to
he
talking
just
to
takes
her.
out with his gym bag and walks away,
Yeah, just
right?
walk right past her. Yeah, she's holding like his lightsaber. He has zero fear because he should have zero fear because he has the power. He's so strong in the force that he could have just flicked her ass backwards.
And yeah, and don't forget, he almost his intent was to kill his sister,
Right. So
and he,
it's looking like he's looking for another apprentice.
mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, the other scene was May wakes up on
Little twig man.
yeah, so she's with the Cole. So she
Oh
is
yeah, the
she
twig man.
right. So they go on the ship. The ship takes off. For some reason,
It's not working or something.
why? Don't know. Who knows? If the ship is just all of a sudden broken for some damn reason.
It was Basil, the hamster guy, that messed it up.
But again, if that is the case, you have to show at least this is basic filmmaking.
Hmm.
You have to show what happened to make the ship break. You can't just have the ship break because you need them to stay in one place so they can have these conversations.
And then what is he trying to write rather than communicate? He's trying to tell him that all his Jedi got killed, rather than say the Sith is real, blah blah blah. Don't even mention it, right?
He used like a trick, like not a trigger word. What's the word I'm looking for? He used code. Why he used code, don't know, but he used code. It's like, Omega whatever situation. I don't know why you would do that unless you're worried about someone else spying on you, but this is Jedi com, so I can't imagine that this will go any other place but to you know to the Jedi temple. But okay, so he uses code. Everything is breaking for some reason, don't know why. Previously they were able to use their comms and talk to people with no problem. It's just, again, the writers needed for them to stay in one place so they can have this confrontational conversation between him and May and Smilo Ren and Osha. So
And
we can
that's
have
why
the
May is coming from behind, right, with the
right.
knife.
Yeah. So again, it is like the thing
You don't even
they,
sense the
they're
Jedi.
both they're both Jedi masters, and both of these two sisters are trying to sneak up on Jedi masters.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one is a Sith Lord, the other one is Jedi. In both cases, it was very stupid. It's like, yeah, he can sense you. He knows you behind him.
Unless he was just faking it.
I don't, dude. He's either very stupid or he was faking it. Why he's faking it, don't know.
Nah,
But yeah,
that's true.
so he didn't tell them nothing. So it's like he tells her to he tells her that he's going to tell her what happened and all that other stuff. And now he is right in front of her. If I stand in front of you and you could have combed your hair down, right? Comb your hair down, but you got like a little tattoo right there. I'm going to be able to see at least part of it. Unless while he was sleeping or whatever, she glued her hair down to cover it up. It's like, I can't imagine unless the Jedi aren't very observational. Like, maybe they're not, because he doesn't seem to sense that her aura is different. She has more control over the Force than her sister does.
Mm-hmm.
The way she stands is different from what her sister does. The way she talks is different from what her sister does. This her overall, because her life was different.
Every
So
time I see her when she pops the knife, I always think of the ninjas.
right, because that's
When
what they
they
were going.
join those ninjas things.
Right, so that's what they were kind of going for, like a samurai ninja kind of thing. From the way that he dresses, the way that he talks, all that is kind of like a Eastern philosophy kind of thing. All right. From when he's like, so they're going through the whole thing. He tells her to go fix the ship because that's what her job was.
Mhm.
She's like, well, no. First off, he goes to go see what the problem is, and he tells her to fly the ship.
Mhm.
I'm like, why do people in Star Wars think that everybody who can fly any ship can fly any ship? I don't understand that. This is a different type of ship from whatever one however the hell she got to these planets. It's like it was the same thing with Ray. You know how like Ray was able to fly every ship because she climbed around on Star Destroyers.
Mhm.
Like, okay, that's not how that works. Especially the Millennium Falcon, which
That's what it's called, Acolyte, dude.
right, no, it
It's
just no
Acolyte.
this gripe is just Disney Star Wars in general. If I can fly an F-16, that don't necessarily mean I can fly an F-22.
Mhm.
I
Or
can
what do you call it? Those helicopters, the
right. I mean,
Apache.
I can kind of like maneuver my way around, and eventually we'll be able to not just sit down and just. And I'm like, she was very calm.
Mhm.
What they should have shown was her a little trepidation when his back was turned. Was like, oh crap, like all right, and kind of figure it out.
I'm surprised they didn't have like a droid there. The one flying the ship.
Well,
They're Jedi's.
yeah. Okay. One, don't even get me started on how stupid that was. On the prison ship with the actual droids actually flying the ship, it's like an autopilot. It don't need to actually control the stick to fly the plane to fly the stuff because that's how autopilot works. But that's a whole nother thing. So she flies up in space. He seems to be going through a little bit of a crisis. Oh, I forgot to say that he told them that they were ambushed. They knew we were coming when it was an ambush. I'm like, no, you weren't. Y'all just happened to get to the same hut at the same damn time. And unlike y'all idiots, he was sneaking around while y'all were just walking around like, ooh, doo, 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 doo. So that's not what happened. But from his
But
point
at
of
the
view,
same time, they were getting fighting, and Squidman was not even known. He was not even there.
right, I don't, that's a whole,
They
it's a
didn't
whole
even
other,
explain. They didn't explain that shit. Where
dude.
was he?
They don't explain jack shit. Just like so when the green lady is talking to the nerdy Jedi
Hmm.
and he's telling her, one, they get there, she's having a conversation with a senator. It's like, why is she having a conversation with us? Why is this scene here? She could be doing anything else. And if a senator is calling the Jedi about a situation, he will be calling somebody on the Jedi console. You'd have like a meeting with the Jedi console. I don't know why you would be talking to her, but okay. Maybe she's on the Jedi console. I didn't hear that part, so maybe that's why he's doing it. But that's a whole nother thing. So she stops the conversation. She's having a talking with him. The dude is telling her the guy like Soul called and said that there's a Omega Red stat whatever situation
They need
going
help
on.
for ASAP.
And right ASAP. And she's like, well, we need to go help them. The guy's like, well, how do you know? Like, well, we got to go help them because they're on the outer rim. Now we finally know where one of these fucking planets are at. It's like you have to tell us where they're at. If you, it's like they're in the outer rim. Okay, that's good to know. You should have told us that 2 or 3 episodes ago. You keep going to these friggin' planets and not giving any idea where anything is at because everybody's flying every place in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not how space works. But whatever. So they go to get on the ship. All right.
Hmm.
Then you go back to like we skipped over the part where OSHA had she's
With
having another time.
Basil, that's the name, right? Basil, the hamster guy.
Oh,
Well, I'm thinking that critical drinker
oh,
calls him Basil.
Oh yeah, that whole thing was stupid. That he's following her around the ship, and it's like
He does this karate thing too, right? He's
right.
turning
So
around like kicking.
again, it is like we need something to sell toys. People aren't buying Grogu like they used to, so we need to introduce another one. Hey, it's a little hamster.
That's what I thought too. I thought that was the purpose of putting that
Right.
hamster or hound
Yeah.
dog or whatever the hell
Yeah.
it is.
Right. Yes. And to sell a toy. Ain't nobody watching this show, so ain't nobody gonna buy this toy for their kids. But like, so he fixes. He found that he had found the droid, like Osha's droid, and he's fixing it. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He just shoves it into a little. They got like a little diagram on there saying stick this thing there. How he knows how to do that, don't know. He just he just does. It's like okay,
What did he attack her anyways for?
because
He
I
just
don't
looked
know.
at her and he did this
The
spin or he kicked
yeah,
and then he grabbed her leg and what
he
did he
looked
do?
like
Like bite her or
it
something?
looked like hamster capoeira. You know that Brazilian martial art, or did he be doing cartwheels and shit?
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about the one they like turn like they're kicking. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
that's what it looked like. So then the droid spits hot grease in her face.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, she don't have anything. I don't know if you noticed when spit on her eye.
Yeah,
The next scene there was she didn't have anything. There's like not even nothing on the face. I was like,
dude,
what the hell?
this was so stupid. So she resets the droid, fixes the ship. I was watching Hills versus Babyface, right? And he was pointing out the fact that she kept trying to turn herself into the Jedi at first, then changed her mind about returning herself into the Jedi. And when she has the opportunity to escape, she don't never escape. And instead of doing something because it's just her and Soul, where she could incapacitate him because she has access to all the like because he's trying to fix stuff, so she has access to everything on the ship. Where she could probably incapacitate him and get away. What does she do? She fixes the ship.
Hmm.
Like, sure, okay. So,
Terrible, terrible.
yeah, it's like then they had the. He's like, I'm gonna tell you what's going on, blah blah blah. And they're going back and forth, back and forth. I'm not exactly sure what, because it was a really weird turn where he was talking to her like she was Osha,
Hmm.
and then she said something. I'm not like, I think she said I was always like that as a child or whatever. I don't
Honestly,
know.
when they were talking there, that was a boring ass scene. I don't have no clue what the hell they were talking about.
Well, I mean, it's like they were talking about the fact that her love for droids, and what was her the same thing. Like she gives a lot of love to stuff, right?
Mhm.
She had basically the same conversation. Like Osha had the exact same conversation with Smilo Ren, but it was like how like when she confronted him on him killing everybody and all this other stuff, she was like, "You kill this, you kill that." You know, was like, "Yeah, yeah." He's like, "You keep talking about people who you will love more than will love you." It's like you keep doing that. So it's like, so it's a similar conversation. Talk about a little slightly different, but it was similar enough where it was just like Osha gives more love to people who don't love her,
Mhm.
kind of thing.
I thought it was just bad dialogue. That's like, it was,
No, I mean, after watching it twice, I can get what they're trying to do.
but you'll be thinking he's a cis lore, you don't see that like they're just normal talking to somebody.
Right. So maybe they're trying to say that he's seducing her, kind of thing. Like I said, like
No, it's
essentially what
Leslie
Palpatine.
Helen, so
Well, no. All right, I will give them this. Essentially, what Palpatine did was to Anakin was
Mhm.
to become a father figure. So he
Yeah.
was whispering in his ear, and that's how he seduced Anakin. And like, if you basically read the books for the prequels, you get more insight into that. Where
Okay. It's like always praising them and everything, huh?
right, Anakin's failure was the fact that he kept losing stuff. So he kept losing. He lost his mother. He lost his
Mom.
whatever over and over and over and over again. So whatever he had, because like that's the whole thing about with the Jedi is attachment.
Yeah, he
And
couldn't
Anakin's
let go of Padma. That's like it was.
right. So Anakin had a severe case of attachment to Padme, to Palpatine, to everybody because that's all he had. And you can have an attachment to something that's not good for you, but you'll still hold on to it because that's all you got.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
So, like I said, I can see what they're trying to do. Right. They're trying to go to that same route, and because he's not he's more the way that he's talking to her is more on the on your side kind of thing,
Hmm.
and about how everybody else is doing this and everybody doing that. Some of the stuff that they're saying is weird because like it's like the Jedi never taught you there was more than one way to to use the Force, and I'm like, why would they not do that? Because they got the witches, they got like they have been to different planets where they learned how to use the Force or whatever they called it before the Republic showed up there. So they would have their own way of viewing the Force. So it'd be a different way of learning the Force. The Jedi would know that, but the writers don't apparently don't.
But then Squigman and
Mhm.
May leave right on the ship, and then they arrive. The other one at almost right when they leave, the other ship comes in.
Right in 5 minutes because they just left Coruscant, which is in the middle of the friggin' galaxy. It's called the Outer Rim for a reason. It would take
Yeah, they
weeks.
never showed a hyperspace going through hyperspace or anything.
It it takes weeks to get to the Outer Rim for Coruscant. It does not take 5 minutes. And don't even get me started on the fact that both of the ships basically occupied the same orbit,
Hmm.
give or take about a ship length. Why in the hell would you friggin' light speed to a planet surface, close to a planet surface? That's that skipping crap from the sequels. It
Hmm.
is retarded. One, the planets are moving. It may look like they're not moving, but the planets are moving. Two, there's random shit in space. So that's why you land, just like in Star Trek. When they go to a new solar system, they go to the edge of it and then they go into the solar system. Because that way you can map out what the hell is in front of you so you don't hit shit. What you don't do is just take off from the from a planet. One is the planet like you going straight. Because that's how the everything works in Star Wars. They go really fast, really straight in a straight line. They're not
Hmm.
zigzagging and go, so they go in a straight line. So you're telling me that the planet that you're going to, that you don't even know where you're going to, is directly in front of where the planet you're leaving is from.
Yeah, and then they arrive at the planet. Right? What was the name of the planet? Kofar. Kofar.
Kofar, right? It's
Yeah, and this it's
dude,
her with three other Jedi with the white Caucasian that looks like a nerd.
right? Yeah, the nerdy Jedi. So they land the ship. They go to Kofar's spot in 10 minutes.
Hmm.
They took the other Jedi to nighttime. They left in the morning,
Hmm.
walking. They got there at nighttime. So even if you had an idea of where to go, it still would have to take you time to actually walk there because you can't fly your ship there because it's jungles everywhere. So there's no place for you to land. You don't have a teleporter. You don't have any small like vehicles to maneuver
I don't know
within
where
the
it was
tree.
at. They just found it like nothing.
Right. It took them like 5 minutes. It took them
Mhm.
5 minutes to get from Coruscant, 5 minutes to, because
And
they
what
didn't
was
want to
the
show.
episode 4? They were just wandering around the whole forest,
But
huh?
that's what I'm talking about. They left in the morning. It took them to the evening to find this dude's house.
Hmm.
So even if you knew exactly where it was at, you still have to physically walk there. So it would take more than 5 freaking minutes. All the
And then
data.
the Jedi guy, the Caucasian one,
Mhm.
it looked like he was gonna shit on his pants. Huh?
Well,
Everybody dead.
dude, everybody is dead. This is a forest full of wild animals.
You think they'll
You
be eating them or something?
yes, you killed one of the bugs that tried to eat them
Hmm.
before. So the bugs didn't just left them there too. Then don't and the freak. Oh my god, the
Oh, when
stupid
she's doing
Jedi
the
whip.
Mortal Kombat laser.
The so the little bug thing shows up. The guy fumbles with his because he has to be a weakling. He fumbles with his lightsaber. She tells him to stop. Put the hands up, grabs her lightsaber and flicks it behind her. It looked like licorice or something. Like,
That's
what
so
the hell is this?
stupid. That was
It's so
stupid.
stupid. Somebody like this is a look good on paper thing. It was not good in execution. It looked very stupid.
She made that Jedi guy, Caucasian guy, look like so weak, huh?
Right. So everything about it's just like they're going through this whole thing about like what could have possibly happened, and then the guy was like, "Well,
Now
could it
she's
have been
blaming
so?"
Squidman that he done it.
Right. So first she was like, "Yeah, hey, you can't blame him unless you got evidence." Well, like you ain't got no evidence. So without evidence, little bit later in the conversation, now you saying that he must have did something.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Just
Nothing
told you
changed.
that they kill all his Jedi, and now you're blaming him for that.
It's just like, dude. So it's like, all right.
Damn it.
Give me a minute.
I don't know.
It's getting a headache. So the so that they're gonna I don't know what the hell they're gonna do after that because it cuts to like the final conversation with OSHA first,
Mhm.
and she has been seduced
Smiley Ren.
by Smilo Ren. She decides to put his helmet on. She's inside the helmet now. Now that she noticed that the cave that she's in is the cave that he got the material from.
Mhm.
So she puts it on her head. She's look and given from what they showed on the inside of the helmet, I have no idea. He must have been a super badass because I can't imagine him seeing shit out of this helmet.
That's the first thing I was thinking about. It's like, how the fuck does he see through this?
Through peripheral vision, he don't have like singular, straightforward vision.
This is so stupid. I
Yeah,
don't know what was the purpose of her putting on, She go
I
to the
don't know.
dark side.
Yeah, I do. I have no idea. So then it cuts to May. She's all tied up on the thing, and
Oh, Squigman stuns her, right?
yeah, because he has thunder. Because he somehow, man, like I said, I don't know what change.
Maybe the hamster told him that's not her.
No, because he paused. So she's something that the way that she said something change. Like he caught on to the like none of the other stuff. None of them. Not the way that she walks. Not the way that she talks. The fact that she has a giant freaking tattoo on her forehead. The fact that her hair should smell like burnt hair,
Mm-hmm.
and it should be uneven as hell because I'm hoping that
She cut
OSHA.
the Jedi.
Right. So I'm hoping that OSHA actually went to a hairdresser to get her hair done
Mm-hmm.
and not just bend forward and just cut it off with scissors. So he didn't notice none of that stuff. So something about whatever she said, and he stuns her. She wakes up, and the thing that I just had to shake my head. The entire first part of the episode, they tried their best to make sure that both OSHA and May's hair stay like this.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what they did, every conversation, going outside, whatever, it was like this. It didn't move, nothing. It was stuck to their friggin' forehead. Now that she's laid out on the thing,
Now she has
she got
the
a part. It is this, that, and it's falling sideways. I'm like, did he cut her? What did he? It's like, are these people that stupid? It's like this is how
like
you
they just got lazy when they were doing this show. They just you know what the hell with it, just fucking put
yeah.
that.
So everything is convenient. Everything is convenient. He just didn't know, even when he was 2 feet away, like less than a foot away from her, when he's confessing that he's gonna tell her what's going on. He still didn't notice that she has a tattoo, a brand on her forehead
Mm-hmm.
through her hair, which he would have easily have saw. Now, because he knows who she is, now you see it all the time. Same thing with like OSHA. It's like her now. Everybody's hair is they moving and like it's back to normal. So then he goes, "I'm gonna tell you what happened." Blah 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 blah. End scene. And so it goes off, and I'm like, "What the? What did I just watch, man?" This is like high school
Fuck, we're
kids.
forced to watch this shit, but it's bad.
Dude, it's like high school like writing. It's just
I'm
so
always checking how many more minutes left. How much?
bro, it's just so stupid, man. It's high school crap. It's,
It's
dude,
not the best writer in this was who you know, and that's how it is. This shit.
yeah, dude, it's so stupid. So while everything is crap, it's not as bad as three. Three was just horrible. This is like one and two. It was just like
I thought maybe the fat Jada would have went with them to go check for it, but he disappeared. What happened to him?
he stayed. He went
Oh,
back to
he's
his
guarding the temple, right?
yeah. He went back to his bonbons and whatnot.
Uh,
So all right, okay. So we're gonna end this. I saw a promo for the next one, and it's the flashback of what actually happened on that fateful night, and they showed the Wookiee Jedi in the air about to slam his lightsaber into somebody.
Lightsaber? Oh, okay.
Yes. So we are going to see the the Wookiee Jedi fight.
We never got to see the other one. He died, right?
Right. So this is going to be, yeah, they decided to, all right. So whatever they're spending money on, I guess they can only afford a little bit, even though they technically are spending
180 million.
$22 million an episode. I have no idea where this money is going in. Maybe they're paying the dude from Squid Games a lot of money.
The actor.
Right. So maybe he's getting like $8 million an episode or something. I don't know. I have no idea where this money comes coming from. Or maybe they spent all their money on that stupid little squid thing in the little cute thing. I don't know. But it was crap. So, all right.
I'll give it 1 out of 10. I'll give it.
No, I'll give it a 2 because 1 has to be episode 3. Episode 3 was just horrible. So it wasn't as bad as that.
Is that the one with the Wishover singing?
Yeah.
Power to 1. The
power of 2. Yeah, the power of 1. The power of 2.
Show the fat Jedi too, right?
Yeah, right. So it's better than that. That's not really saying much, but it actually is better than that. So it is the least amount of shit. Well, no, the last episode was the least amount of shit because of the fight scenes and nobody was talking.
Mm-hmm. When they started talking, they were
everything with the shit
around.
Yeah, like telling your sister, we need to go out together. She's like, no.
We got 2 more. We got 2 more episodes.
Right. So it's going to be episodes. Right. So one of which is going to be a flashback episode.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what the hell? How are you going to end? What is it? How are you going to end this? You have 2 episodes left.
For intense season 2. They're getting that ready, so everybody watch. Get ready for season 2,
dude. So the reason why that dude said in the prequel, in the prequels that the Jedi, the Sith have not been seen in 1,000 years is because basically nobody told nobody shit.
Mm-hmm. That was Mindy, right?
Right. So so this is what you're going with. So you're gonna go with the green chick decided not to tell the Jedi Council that there's a Sith Lord running around free.
After he killed all those Jedi.
After he killed all these Jedi, you don't know who trained him. You don't know anything, but you just not gonna say nothing.
Put the alarms, all the Jedi order, there's nothing.
Nah. You ain't gonna tell nobody nothing.
The biggest threat for a Jedi is the Sith, and they're not in
it. Nah. Zip.
So stupid. So
all right. So on behalf of both of us, please like, share, and comment. Let us know what you think. Give your 2 cents and
hit the like button.
Right.
But thumbs up
and all that fun YouTube stuff. And my friend and I are out. Dude.